Give me your energy.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Saheeli, Radiant Creator. This is one of the Aether Drift Commander cards. They brought 4 of them into Arena and this one is about artifacts, artificers, and energy. When Saheeli's in play, if you cast an artifact or an artificer, you get 1 energy. In the beginning of combat, you can spend 3 energy in order to make a 5/5 copy of a permanent you control, any kind of permanent, and then it can attack and it gets haste, and then it goes away at the end of turn. It is specifically sacrificed, which is important because some artifacts have abilities that trigger when they leave the battlefield, like Solemn Simulacrum, which when it dies you can draw a card, or Masterpiece Vault, which gets you one of these different equipments when it leaves if you've cloned it at the end of turn. This deck is trying to strike the balance between artifacts, so you can get some energy, things with good enter the battlefield abilities or stats or other on-death abilities like maybe Goldvein Hydra or Cacophony Scamp, and energy production. It's very difficult to make energy, so oftentimes you'll be playing cards like the Voyager or Rogue Refiner or Whirler Virtuoso just to kickstart your energy production. We also have some things that can increase our energy or make energy based on things happening in play, like creatures entering. If that's not enough, you can also just cast artifacts and artificers, of which there are a lot of in Arena, and as you might guess from like Artificer, they tend to have more artifact synergy. There's a lot of great cards that you can copy with Saheeli, and Saheeli does take a bit of setup, but the payoff is worth it, because you get to make big 5/5 hasty things, swinging in and hopefully closing out the game. So let's take Saheeli into the queue and start cloning up some permanents. Sveilun of Sea and Sky. This is a mono blue Merfolk commander who becomes indestructible if you got enough fish in play, and when she attacks in, she draws a card. Some good tempo. A Mist Caller. I guess I can kill it since Sveilun doesn't die. I'll see if they play something else. Okay, cool. No more 1/1 fish. I'll play this Mind Stone. Sure is too many lands here. Okay, Merfolk Trickster. Aether Spell Bomb. A Library Larcenist. Could get them some more cards. I will name Artificer here and bring out Saheeli. Saheeli currently has no energy, but hopefully we can get some energy casting things like Aetherworks Marvel and having things leave. All right, here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to balance some things here and doing a bad job of it. All right, we've got Aetherworks Marvel or Lumbering World Wagon. I'm going to go for the World Wagon first. Wish I could clone it, but I can't. And sorry, I'm trying to deal with some moderation in chat while I'm recording. There we go. Faceless Agent. Neat. I'm going to bounce Sveilun back into their hand. They swing in. All right, and now I can try to get some energy. I'm going to start with Sai, since Sai has a trigger when we cast artifacts, just like Saheeli. It's uncounterable. Somebody has a counter spell. Or maybe not. Disdainful Stroke on Aetherworks Realm. Oh, come on. Let me have my jank. Okay, fine. I will pay the 3 energy, and I will make a copy of the Lumbering World Wagon, and then I will crew the original Lumbering World Wagon. Gonna throw Saheeli in the truck, and I'm gonna swing in to try to get even more mana and also some damage in. We're gonna be running out of basics very quickly. I have a couple cards in this deck that can get basics, but not actually that many basics to fetch. They block the 9, let the 5 go through, and this gets sacrificed. No, yeah, sure, I have a ton of lands, but I don't actually have, like, any more production here. If I still had 2 mana up, we could have sacrificed, like, the Thopter and that. Oh, looks like they want to draw a card. I will double block. Just making sure I didn't miss something. No, okay. We're good to block there. Behold. Artifact! Oh, that's 1. I'm going to sacrifice the Mind Stone to its own ability. That's a land. Gonna sacrifice this Thopter and this Cold Steel Heart to Sai's ability. Ooh, Stormstrike's really fun. I could take that. Or try to. I will... Do I want to keep it or do I want to clone? There's nothing good for me to clone here because they're all legendary. I'll swing in for 10. I can search. Sure, I'm gonna shuffle my deck. Great. There's no basics left. I was considering like Odawaring one of my spells to cast it again too. This deck sometimes just hits a ton of lands, which is so awkward because, like, it's got 39 lands in it. It's not that many. Silvergill Adept. They revealed a Regery from their hand. How the hell do you say that? Regery? It's the Merfolk Lord that lets you tap things. Yeah, can't bounce the Drake back because it has hexproof from abilities. And I believe channeling is an activated ability of a sort. It's some sort of ability. It's the Twiddle Lord. Yeah, it taps and untaps and taps and untaps. Thankfully, they don't have a card draw engine because I stole it. The Royal Cartographer. Not an Artificer. But it is a Merfolk. It is a Merfolk. So if I play this land, I can get another attacker. Since I'd be getting more energy. I don't think I really need to, though, so I won't. I'm just going to crew up. And I'm going to attack in with Sveiloon. And the World Wagon to draw a card. Oh, the Scamp! That could get me some good damage. Not an artifact, not an artificer, but a really fun thing to clone. Cyclonic Rift. They're going to try to put all of this back in my hand. In response, I think I'm gonna put the Regery back into their hand. Ooh, you don't want to do that, do ya? Because you just enabled me to make a nice hasty clone of the Scamp, which you've seen. I guess we'll just do it. I'll pay 3. They did not leave up a blocker. And I can even sacrifice it to proliferate. I don't even have to wait until end step. And it deals 5 damage to any target, which in this case is their face. GG. Urza, Lord Protector, discounts your instant sorceries and artifacts. This is usually an Azorius control commander, but sometimes people play it more into the meld or more into the artifact theme. I've got, once again, a turn 1 Scamp. That's happened a couple times today. How you doing, little guy? I feel like on this card, the blue should be on the left and the green should be on the right because it always makes blue. Am I weird for thinking that? Go, my little scamp. Decline, my little scamp. Yeah, this guy melds into this big chunky planeswalker that can activate twice a turn. I've got loadsy colors here. I've got some discounts too, that's nice. No, I don't want to proliferate. Thanks for asking, though. I've got a little energy producer. That's nice. Sculpting Steel. Going to enter as a copy of maybe Enthusiastic Mechanaut. No, Arcane Signet. It's uneventful. An energy! Yay, energy! But what about second energy? I don't have 3 energy, though. They could just wipe the board here. I could get a 3rd energy by sacrificing the Scamp to this ability, but I'd rather save it as removal to try to kill Urza. Why was this added into Arena? Don't know. They added Saheeli. Oh gosh, is it Hallar? Is that who the other one was from the energy precon? That sounds right. Wait, no, don't tap my... It tapped my red. I was going to play that to clone it. Arena! You freaking goober. Alright, get this Urza out of here. Yeah, Liberator. We've all seen him. We also got Hashaton and Temet from the Zombies deck. You like that they're running Old Border Lands with Urza? It feels right. So now they can play artifacts and colorless spells with Flash. They have a discount and they have 3 mana up. Cloning this would be just so delightful, though. But it doesn't... I don't have the energy for it. So I'm gonna go for Scamp. Cool. It did resolve. Make the copy of the Scamp. Oh, you little scamp. That gets me another energy. Swing in for 5. If I evoke Fury, can I return it with the decoction module? I can. But I'd need a lot of mana for it. Like, I need the 4 up. I sacrifice this so I can proliferate. No, I don't want to select Liberator. I do want to select either Liberator or their face here, though. I'm going to go for the Liberator. Okay, instant speed, midnight clock. And I still have this module available to put things back into hand. What format is this? This is Brawl. Oh, what are you bopping? What are you... module! Wait, no. My Saheeli... Wait. I'm gonna put the scamp back in hand. This may end up being Besaged. Oh, lovely! I don't have 3 energy, though. Still good. Still, what I'm doing... No! You know what? I'm just gonna tap manually. The whole dang thing! Module. Gonna bop that. They gonna land. So far, I haven't gotten to make a 5/5 double striking Fury token or a Fury copy, but one day I'll get to. One day. If they'd like to, they could unearth that leveler, hit me in the face. It's 8 damage and it destroys another permanent. Oh, apparently everything is just gonna go back into my hand. What? Even my Power Stone that you so graciously gave me? I think Saheeli should, like, make an energy for each artifact and artificer you control when it enters. Let's see if they have a counter spell here. Doesn't look like it, so I'm gonna cast an artifact. That gets me my 3rd energy. I will pay the 3 energy to make a copy milestone. I could have also done this with a Mechanaut. But this works just fine. GG Urza. Samut, Vizier of Noctamun, has haste, and if she hits face in a turn she enters, she draws you a card. And does the same for anything else that hits on the turn that it enters. This is probably going to be lots of hasty stuff. That does include tokens that come into play and can attack on the same turn. A lot of goblins make those. Great way to get more aggressive creatures, and Gruul aggro is good aggro. This hand has discounts. It has removal. I wish there was an artifact, kind of one of these. I get why there isn't. I just wish there were. I'll play this Mechanaut since it'll give me discounts on this energy guy and this Cold Steel Heart. Some sweet little rampies. Even my corn. My ancient corn. But I don't have mana for ancient corn yet. I don't have green. Oh, green mana! It's like the prophecy foretold. That gives me green mana on that too. Cold Steel or Unstable here. Cold Steel, naming blue. And I'm going to make Samut unable to scream. I would like to gain 1 life. Get him! Eat! They had their commander down on turn 2, but I just ramped, and that feels good. You can't scream either. Samut ain't special. Why can't you scream? Social decorum. Free yourself from the shackles of oppression. Do you have a third land? They do. Arena of Glory, but it comes in tapped. 2 mana. Mono faces Kakazan. That'll flip over and become a hasty creature. You can't scream because you have no mouth. Okay, Harlan Ellison. Literary references. Let's go for the fair. Making sure I'm leaving up some red. I sure am. I would like to gain 3 life. And then I'd like to cast the Unstable Amulet. It is an artifact, so it will get me 1 and then 2 more. I think I'll just clone the amulet because it hits good. And it gets 2 of the 3 back. Swinging in for 5. They can replay Samut and she'll get a +1/+1 counter next turn. I could use the 2 energy to put a card into exile. Rootbound Crag. Yeah, they don't have a mountain or a forest. They still have 5 mana, though, so that's enough for Samut. No, they're going for the Raptor getting a +1/+1 counter. All right, Toronto. A Raptor swings in, pops me in the face, and its other ability doesn't trigger because I don't have any Planeswalkers or battles. Ooh, what are you putting on top of your deck? I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, she was a Planeswalker. Okay, Eldar Gargaroth. None of these will trigger that. I could use the Inventor's Fair. I don't really want to here. I'll gain a life. X equals 4 on Bold Vein Hydra. And just swinging in for damage. Rampaging Raptor can be buffed up. It can get +2/+0 for 3 mana. I have a feeling they might use the Arena of Glory here, though. It depends on if they want to go for card advantage or what. No, it looks like they're just casting it. They're going to play it defensively. I don't have a double block, so that's there. Inventor's Fair triggers. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4. This has reach. You're just a land. Just a regular old land. Alright, I'm going to use the energy on this Unstable Amulet. That's a land. It pings them, right? Oh no, it's only when you cast a spell. If I do that, I'll have 1, 2, 3 mana, and I have a discount of 1. I know what I want. And it's something marvelous. But I think I should go for, like, the 1 ring, some card advantage. I have some, like, finishers I could, like, set up for next turn. But I think they have the ability to, like, gain a good amount of life and everything else. So I'm just going to protect myself this turn. And maybe draw some cards. I got the 1 ring. The 1 and only ring. I think that they should ban the 1 ring from Commander and only let Post Malone play with it. And I know that that sets a weird precedent of, what do you mean one person's allowed to play it? Listen, he spent $2 million frickin' dollars on the 1 of 1 ring. And I don't want to say, like, pay to win, but let Posty have it. He seems like a nice guy. Also, I just want the 1 ring out of Commander because it's a really annoying card. Right? I think everybody would agree outside of maybe some tournament organizers being like, this gives him an unfair advantage. Yay, energy. in Commander or Brawl? Yes. So they can attack and get the on-attack trigger for Gargaroth, but they won't be able to deal damage to me with Samut unless they play like a questing beast, which I don't see no questing beast. What do? Gain life, draw cards. I'm going to still double block this because I want to kill it so I can attack in the air. If they kill Saheeli, cool. If they kill Hydra, hell yeah, I get treasures. Oh wait, I don't get treasures because it wouldn't die. Yeah, that's okay too. Draw. Oracle. Put the Power 9 into my deck, or replace Saheeli to be more mana efficient. I don't know, I feel like I want to try killing them in the air, but playing a 4/4 feels good. Let's do it. These things will trigger. I can gain 3 life. I don't have the energy. There's a bird making a really cute sound outside. It's not getting picked up by my microphone, but I hear just like a little sound. Uh-oh. Vorinclex. So, if an opponent would get counters, is it only permanent or player? Yeah. Only half. I get half energy. Okay. So they made Vorinclex sussy using the frantic scapegoat. But like, I want energy. So it would have been good for the 1 ring because it's like it would always just draw me 1. Does this get me lethal? Hold up, it might. It will be something good to clone in the future. Make my creatures big and menace. This one's got trample too. This one's got flying. So let's say they double block and they block. They could prevent lethal, but it's not good. GG, Samut. Karametra, God of Harvest. This is going to be a lands deck, because whenever you cast a creature, you can get yourself a forest. I'll play this since it comes in tapped. I'm going to look for blue. I'm totally going to find it. But I kept this hand kind of like out of greed, because it has 2 really, really good cards. They're both alchemy cards. Quicksilver Lapidary, which gets me Mox Opal, and Emporian Thopters, which gets me an Ornithopter each turn. And free artifacts, like the ones made by this and this, both help me get a lot of energy very quickly with Saheeli.
It's the time again.
It's the time again? Time for a resub! Thank you so much, Night Rainbow. This Karametra player is having some serious decision anxiety. Alright, Insidious Fungus. They'll be able to remove my artifacts or enchantments with that. Unless I bolt it. Which I might want to do, because I'm scared of it. I could play the Opal and the Ornithopter here, setting up for more damage. I'm just going to bolt this. Thank you, Jimmy Wong, for the resub. Thank you, Fiona, for gifting a sub to Jimmy. And so he said, I'm munching that apple like it owes me money. This isn't an apple. This is a nectarine. It's good, though. Alright, now we can not get a land. I was like, I can go for Saheeli and make a clone. No, I can't. Dang it. That's alright. I can play the Signet. I'll bring out the Spell Bomb. And I will swing in with both of these little Artificers. If I'm desperate, like, I'll use this Spell Bomb. Here comes Karametra. She's a god, but not a creature yet. They need at least 7 devotion, which they're not quite at. I'll bring out Saheeli. I'm going to cast an Ornithopter. I'm going to cast an Ornithopter. I'm going to cast an Ornithopter. I'm going to cast Mox Opal. I'm getting energy! And I'm going to pay 3. Or, no, I'm not going to pay 3 because I don't have anything really worth cloning here. Let's attack with these. If I want to, I could, like, clone an Ornithopter. That would get me 7 damage and then it goes away. Cool. I could use the Spell Bomb if they're going to destroy something I have to put it back into my hand. I could always have, you know, found something scary here. Topiary Stomper can now attack or block because they have 7 lands and now 2 more off prime time. Yeah, I think there is, like, a sort of move I could do where it's like, I'm making a Lapidary. This is legendary, so I can only use it one at a time, but I can sacrifice it to itself to, like, get more mana next turn. Because right now I have 6 mana, which not quite where I want to be for that. Oh, Stomper, you want to come in? No? Okay. Get another fresh, hot Ornithopter in my hand. There's Otawara, so I could do even more bouncing. No, I think I'm going to be cloning Worm. I ended up getting enough artifacts and enough mana here, so that's great. I will pay the 3 to make a copy of Wurmcoil Legend. I'm going to swing in with all these Ornithopters. And then the Clone Worm. And when a Clone Worm dies, because it does get sacrificed, I get 2 little dudes. So many artifacts. Thank you, silly digital-only design cards, for helping enable what is honestly a kind of under-supported commander. Oh, Worm. I could also be, like, cloning and attacking with spell bombs, but, like, the prime time just blocks that. I would have to do something like clone it, use the original to bounce, swing in, and then use the other one to bounce. So with all of this mana, they can kind of do whatever. But can they defend themselves against the Ornithopters? I firmly believe, by the way, that Emporium Thopters should not buff the Thopters. It should just give you the Ornithopter once a turn, and it would still be plenty strong. The decks I'm usually playing it with are just ones that want to cast lots of artifacts, like this one. Karametra's a dude! Do you have, like, a board wipe? Cast attackers. Okay, prime time, coming in. Coming in hot. No? Got a block? Doesn't matter? Not sure if it does. She's not just an idea, she's real! They do exist. I feel like they gotta be following up with, like, a board wipe or something here. So I'm gonna throw the, like, actual Wurmcoil Engine in front, since it splits into the same amount of damage. Okay, they're gonna tell it to get lost. That puts them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I like getting the maps. Yay, map tokens! Yay, worms! They can animate that Restless Prairie. But right now what I'd like to do is use the Spell Bomb to bounce, like, Topiary Stomper, so this stops being a creature. Disciple of Frailes. That's 3 more devotion. It's gonna make that no longer work the way I wanted it to, but them getting another land here, they don't have any landfall. Who do you want to sacrifice? They get to gain life, get some power. They're eating up the prime time. Reducing blockers is good. I'll take out the indestructible one. It does have... No, I guess balancing that also would have worked. This will make them discard, though, if they don't put it back into command zone. I can make a fatty Thopter. Oh yeah, no, I have lethal lined up. More energy! And I'll use this on a Thopter. Thop thop. Boppity boppity. Wow, we hit lands on both. Cheers. Shigeki can't block if he doesn't exist. And I'll go to combat, making a 5/5 copy of Eeny, Meeny, Miny. Doesn't really matter. Let's go with the Lapidary. Bam, more Mox Opals. GG. Karametra, God of Harvest. Also, GG, Emporium Thopterist. Ridiculous card. Hallar, the Fire Fletcher. Is this the half-elf? No, just an elf. Okay, whenever they cast a spell, if it was kicked, get a counter, and then Hallar will burn my face. Got it. It's Gruul Kicker. Interesting. I think I've matched against this person before, Agoraphobic Candy. It's a notable enough name. I recognize it. All right, let's see. I've got nothing till turn 3. Big portal. I'm going to mulligan here. All right, I like this a lot more. I've got the Royal Cartographer probably coming down on turn 2. I'd have to play this tapped. And then we can get landfall for energy, and that would be great. Ooh, but they have turn 1 ramp with a bird. All right, I'll start with this. Either Spell Bomb. I could either save this for, like, getting more energy with Saheeli, or I could just play it now. I'll just play it now. Holla holla. Get Hallar. I'm just thinking, like, I think I'm just bouncing. Just play it again. Reclaim the Waste. Just gets them a basic. Was not a kicked spell. Well, I guess I could have land Signet and still done the same thing. I've got this chainsaw. Not that much artifact-based removal, but there is some. And I'm not running that much of it either. I'm not even running all the artifact-based removal, but I'm running Chainsaw. Fanatic of Ronus. It currently taps for 1, but it can tap for 4 once they get a big thing out. And I believe that Hallar, if they just get 1 kicked spell, will be big enough. That's so much ramp. Okay. I want to be a part of this too. I could either go for Oracle, trying to fill my deck with cheap artifacts, or I could clone that Fanatic. I like this because Saheeli has 4 power. What am I going to use that mana for? Dunno yet. Here comes Saheeli. Get some landfall triggers. More energy! More! I think I want... Just a forest is fine. I'm going to play the Oracle of the Alpha. I've got 3 energy, so I can do some cloning here. And I will equip the other oracle with this chainsaw. They still have mana up. Although, yes, I would like to make a copy. And I will make a copy of... Do I feel like chainsaw for removal? Ooh, or oracle for even more power 9. Let's go chainsaw. I'll deal 3 damage again to Hallar. I don't actually feel that scared of Hallar, but because of the number of mana dorks they have, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go in. I'm still gonna swing in here, even though this is indestructible, because this gets sacrificed anyway. When it gets sacrificed, it will make the other chainsaw grow. It's revving up. The art on this card is so pretty. Ooh, a sprouting goblin! It's been kicked, and I get burned for 1. I wonder if they have other ways to put counters onto Hallar too, like other than kicker spells. Probably. Gotta get that face burn. Oh, kicker! Kicked! Need all that mana so they can kick all these spells. Was there a fight spell here? 3 mana up? They're fighting a royal cartographer. That does make my chainsaw grow. And right now I do not have energy. So I am going to tap you to cycle this. Oh, the scamp! I don't have energy. Swinging with the oracle, so I get the scry. I don't want to land. And then I'm going to move the chainsaw onto the scamp. Cacophony Scamp deals damage equal to its power when it dies. Ideally, I would be using this to copy it. I swing in with a 5/5 and then I get to deal 5 damage to any target. Nice Bailoff. It's a good little 10-10. I will block it. Doesn't have trample. Does have kicker. And I can deal 4 damage to any target. I could take out the Fanatic, so they have less mana. They could just bring it out from the graveyard. Hit the Sprouting Goblin, so they don't have card draw, or hit their face. I'm gonna go for this Goblin. They have so much mana that it's... I feel like hitting their mana dorks does so little. Hit their card advantage. Or card recycling. Would you have another protective spell? Nice. Chainsaw's getting big, though. I sure am hitting lands. Sometimes you flood. Sometimes you get to be a floody buddy. Okay, so there's an energy card. Gets me something. Gets me Saheeli able to do something. They're fetching, surveilling. The Birds of Paradise will die, and now the Chainsaw is going to give an even bigger buff. +6. Well, I guess I'm gonna set up sweet little Saheeli here to trade with a beast. Creatures die. We get another rev counter. Rev up those counters. Saheeli, the Pummeler. Are you equipped 3? Nope. So I can empty out my hand here. Energy acquired. Using that on the Pummeler next turn seems pretty cool. I will still be cloning the Pummeler here, because it's essentially free with Saheeli's ability. And it will grow the Chainsaw. still going to swing in here, even though Hallar does have trample. Another land? How? A creature has died. The chainsaw will grow. A creature has died. The chainsaw will grow. Yeah, I could double the power on that, so they had to block it. And looks like Oracle the Alpha, just swinging and getting huge, can close out the game, despite the flood. GG. Cool to see a Gruul Kicker deck out in the wild. Old Stickfingers with an Amori as companion. Interesting. Seeing the Amori here means that every card in their deck other than lands is the same type. And I imagine that type is creature? Because otherwise, Old Stickfingers doesn't have anybody to put into the graveyard. Old Stickfingers will put things in the graveyard, things that maybe can even be brought out of the graveyard. I'm not entirely sure, though, what to expect from Stickfingers and Amori. At least it's nice to know it's not just Cultivator Colossus combo. An actual Old Stickfingers deck. Yeah, but it means that the only reanimation spells that they would be running are the ones that are attached to creatures. Yeah, I see Old Stickfingers like once a day, but typically it's the Cultivator Colossus combo. But it's cool that they're, like, sending the message of, like, no, I'm an actual self-mill sacrifice deck. A respectable piece of Magic the Gathering deck building. And I like that. I can go for Ancient Cornucopia or Saheeli here. I'm going to go Ancient Cornucopia into Fanatic of Ronus, giving myself a nice blocker. Yes, I would like to gain 1 life. Thank you. White of the Reliquary will grow as more creatures go in the graveyard and can sacrifice creatures to search for lands. This is such a good card. Modern Horizons design at its peak. If they swing in here, they can and probably will sacrifice the Razorlash, Transmogrant, so they're both dealing 4 damage and also getting another land. Oh, Ancient Ziggurat is funny because they're an Amori deck. All their spells are creature spells. But this doesn't work on abilities, which is kind of a bummer. It's like if you had like a channel ability on a creature. Wouldn't quite go. Oh, they gotta pick their lands. Command Tower. Classy. Making sure it is not tapping the Fanatic. Perfect. I would like to gain 3 life. Thank you, Ancient Corn. Tap you for 3 mana. Getting a little bit of energy. Getting a little bit more, but I don't quite have enough to copy this turn. Next turn. Soon. Yeah, this is an Artificer. There's a lot of weird cards that are Artificers. I also do have 1, 2, 3 artifacts, which is relevant for Inventor's Fair. Letting me tutor. Circle of the Land Druid enters and mills them. When it dies, lets you get a land from your graveyard back into hand. What a nice card to sacrifice to white. Wow, they hit a lot of creatures on that. I think I will block with Birds of Paradise here. I don't really want to take 8 damage. I also don't want to triple block that, even though it might be smart. The land returns. The white grows. I feel like I have plenty of mana, though, because of Fanatic of Ronus. For 2 mana, they can bring back the Razor Lash. I definitely have 4 more non-basic lands. I have no basics out right now. Oh, it's Honest Rutstein. He's going to discount their creatures by 1 and return a creature from the graveyard, ooh, Sir Conrad, to their hand. Gain a life because I have 3 or more artifacts, and I will attune with Aether. Oh, let's get a basic. Sure, I'll gain 1 life. I will grab Meowton. I'm not actually playing it, though, this turn. I have 4 energy. Remember how that card got banned? Yeah. It sure did. I'm going to use this to copy the Sandstorm Salvager, which will come with another one of these golems. I'll swing in with this one. And then I'm going to activate this just to deal a little bit more damage. Pumping up all of my tokens, including the one that's about to die. Rip and Peppies. Because the copy she makes is an artifact creature, I also did have... No, I had the Threshold before even, once I had the copy. So I should have manually tapped, making sure to use the Fanatic of Ronus. It just doesn't want to do that. I could also let this die since I'm not using this mana, but I'll probably end up using it for the fair. Cavalier of Thorns, mills, 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 and mills. Also finds him a land. Nice! Izoni and Embodiment of Agonies. Big white. I think I'm gonna end up in that thing with a triple block. Taking me further and further from the number of artifacts. Hello, White of the Reliquary. Would you like to sacrifice, oh, I don't know, Cavalier of Thorns to put a creature on top of your deck? Move my commander to the command zone. My turn once more. Ooh, got some energy. I'll tap you first, trying to make sure it's using up that mana. I'll gain 3. Electrostatic Pummeler is 3 mana for 3 mana. Or 3 energy for 3 mana. Other way around. It's all of those. I've got... Probably want to do the same move as last time. Copying the Salvager. Or copying the Pummeler just to be like, hey, it's a 5/5, it can double its damage. Nah, I want to make sure I have blockers here. Swing in with this because it goes away at the end of turn. I could also leave it back just to double pump all of these, but it's not as big. Looking at the current creatures, Izoni is probably one of their best ones they could bring back if they wanted to. If they had blocked with the Cavalier, I actually don't think I would have pumped because I don't want to kill that and let them set up the top of their deck. Sir Conrad, as they mill themselves, is going to get a lot of direct damage. Creatures dying, any creature going into her graveyard pings you. And like old Stickfingers, you just play him, you play old Stickfingers for X equals whatever. Do some self-milling. Also, everybody has a discount. Thanks, Honest Rutstein. So let's see, they could pay 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. And then old Stickfingers. This could be a big turn. Satyr Wayfinder, 2 mana to mill 4. Or just 3, depending on if there's a land or not. There was a land. So 3 creatures went into the graveyard. They still have 5 mana left, and the things are getting discounts. Did they play a land this turn? Maybe not. They also have that then. Acolyte of Affliction mills 2 and lets them bring back any card in their graveyard, since every card in their deck is a permanent. They're all creatures or lands. Everything in a deck is a creature or land. I take another 3 from Sir Conrad. Here's Izoni. Not enough mana to cast her this turn. Casting a wee old Stickfingers for 2 minutes at 13/13. And even though I can, like, clone, get this, it's just energy for energy, I think I gotta use this Inventor's Fair and look for some jank. So let's grab an artifact for Saheeli. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Sorry, Portal to Phyrexia. Kappa Cannoneer is some of the best direct damage I could get. Pyrowood Gearhulk would be good if they weren't so wide. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Cannoneer. I will just pay mana for this. Actually, it was like, I'm gonna play the land first. Just to make sure I'm leaving up the mana here for you. Would I like to gain a life? Yeah. And I am going to clone it. Swing in, since it's unblockable. And buff it up with you. I'm still at 27 life. 26 life. I'm still at some number of life. So, yeah. I have to survive this turn. I've got some decent blocks, though. Oh, and somebody's asking what music is playing. You can always look at what's playing in the top right corner. I shouldn't say always. Sometimes my little thing in the corner breaks, but it's working right now. This is, in fact, a cover of Megalovania from Undertale. I have achieved Teamer Chaos Clones! Good. Uh-oh. They do have enough mana to pay the ward on Kappa Cannoneer. And destroy it. Oh no! My unblockable damage! A tragedy. Well, my plan was to clone anything next turn, or just like play an artifact if I could, so it would be unblockable. Okay, 5 damage, 14 damage. I'm just gonna go ahead and chump block. Take 5. A creature died, so I lose another. Ooh. Somebody's asking, do I know Cadence of Hyrule? I do know Cadence of Hyrule. Yeah, I like Crypt of the Necrodancer, so when they came out with the little modified version of it, that was fun. So they'll be able to mill me. This will hurt me. Right now, I just don't have energy. Don't have a spell. Yeah, the playlist I have, it's called Jamazonian on Spotify. They're all covers, mostly video game covers. A couple of them are like anime themes. And they're just a bunch of different artists that I was able to like reach out to and ask, hey, can I play your music on my stream? And everybody's pretty chill about it. It's one of those weird things where it is covers of other music, though. So, like, technically, whoever owns the copyright on the actual song could try to pursue for it, but they're usually pretty chill about it. But I don't run any non-covers because those tend to get flagged by either YouTube or Twitch's copyright algorithms, which is too bad. I'm not talking about you, Nintendo. Yeah, the Toby Fox originals are chill to use, but like, I don't have chiptunes on here. So it's just not on there for another reason. Oh, Choops! They have so many good cards! They had so many lands to discard. Yes, hello. A lot of damage. I think it's just gonna be lethal. But you may as well just keep doing this little, mill loop here. Mill, mill, mill. Die, die, die. I have 7 life. 3 blockers. Blocking hurts me. They've once again sacrificed the Wayfinder. I think they're just trying to kill me with Sir Conrad. They're like, I do not want to attack. Good for you. Yes, 6 is what's allowing them to keep discarding lands in order to replay these mill cards, like Satyr Wayfinder, to keep getting back more, as long as they have the mana for it. I don't know why a rope was showing up for me. I can't do anything, and I'm not doing anything. All right, that's 3 more. Okay, you ready to attack? There we go. GG, old Stickfingers. I'm so happy to see you not be the combo deck. Zula Usher, Lich Lord, allows you to replay zombies from your graveyard. Once a turn, you can just tap her and recast. This could be a zombie type deck, or it could be the way I also built Zula Usher, which is a combo deck. If you can sacrifice things freely and untap Zula Usher using something like Paradox Engine, you can just keep on casting and casting and casting and casting. She's very good and very scary. So right now I've got this Arcane Signet on 2. I've got this Emporium Thopterist also available to me. A lot of very good kind of spooky cards for our opponents to deal with. I don't want to use up this energy right away because I want to save it for Saheeli. So instead, I'm going to play this Signet. I'm ramping. Now, like, admittedly, if I play the Thopterist there, I'm probably getting a Ornithopter, so I'm getting the energy back whenever I have a chance to cast it. Ooh, but I think I know what I need to do. I need to make Zula Usher not have abilities because I am afraid that it's a combo deck. I'll pay the 2 life. This is now a 1/1. Sorry, a 0/2. Paying a life. For the Imperial Voyager. When this deals combat damage, I get that much energy. Oh, Flare of Malice. I do not have a Voyager. A Dark Ritual. What are you doing with 5 mana? Liliana! Target player discards. Search your library for cards. Shuffle, put it on top. I have to discard. All right, I'm going to discard. How much loyalty do you have? Ugh, 6. The Thopterist. I'm trying to decide if I want to go for Baby Hydra and Emery, since they can make me discard again. Yeah, I'm gonna go Baby. Doo-doo. Yeah, I have a feeling, because they're playing this Liliana, this is the combo version of Zula Usher, since this is a tutor. The Accursed Marauder. I'm gonna sacrifice Goldvein Hydra. I was hoping maybe I'd get to clone it, but nope, not yet. And also, right now, somehow I only have one artifact in the graveyard. Still one worth casting for sure, though. So let's go ahead and do that. He's the Kappa. This says improvise, so we get to tap things. Make it so I have nothing to discard. And Kappa Cannoneer, I can continue to recast it from the graveyard if they kill it, so long as Emery's around. And it's going to be unblockable damage, oftentimes. It grows, it's good, and it's got a really high ward cost. GG. Tulane, Teller of Tales. I ran into the same Tulane player, like, yesterday. I'm running into a lot of recognizable usernames. Strange. Well, hopefully they're not stream sniping me, because that's not cool. A Tulane is cast a creature, draw a card, and put a land into play. It can go infinite pretty easily, so I'm going to hope that I can compete, even though, well, you know, Healy's not that strong. She's fun, though. Fun's gotta count for something, right? I'll play the Sarenth Steelseeker. Sarenth Steelseeker is going to be hopefully getting me some lands. It's an Artificer, so it could trigger Saheeli if I had cast it after her. And a Hobbit on turn 1, a little bit of ramp. Tulane oftentimes is running a lot of mana dorks. And let's see if I can start looking for cool stuff. I'm gonna play this Electrostatic Pummeler, look at the top land, or a top card. If it's a land, nice it is. I get to put it into hand. And now I also have something I can clone with Saheeli and immediately get the value back, getting the 3 energy back. Chrome Mox. They can exile a card from their hand in order to get 1 more mana here. You got Venser's Shaper Savant. Okay. That makes me think they're doing some nasty business. I think this person is one who, like, intruder alarmed me yesterday. Please don't counter my Saheeli. I have so little going for me. Thank you. I'm an energy deck. Do you know how hard it is to get an energy deck to work? Oh, no, don't, come on. I don't even get the energy back. At least I get 2 artifacts. Yes, I'll reveal that. Yeah, I feel like in order to compete, you'd have to compare Saheeli to something like, oh god, what's his name? The fellow who attacks in, copies something, and gets to keep the copy if you pay the energy. They just plow undered me. Satya, yeah. I feel like Satya is so much more powerful than Saheeli, because the clones can stick around. I do wish that, like, Saheeli would keep them around. Or, like, you didn't have to pay energy for them. I understand why it is the way it is. But I want it to be more. I could go for a clone this turn. Instead, I'm just going to go for the Kappa Cannoneer. It's a big spell that protects itself. I would say it's one of the best spells in this deck. Yeah, Mishra for 1 more mana, Mishra Eminent one, makes a copy of non-creature artifacts. So that's only artifacts. Saheeli is any permanent, but that doesn't make that much of a difference. Because you can't really set up clones for her, because she needs it to be energy. She needs artifacts and artificers. Let's play the Generatorium. Cartographer. Getting myself some more energy. Seeing if I can grow her. And I'll copy, I don't know. I just kind of want to swing for 5 here. How about... Generatorium. Yeah, I'll keep the Lapidary on top, and I'll swing in for 5. Maybe should swing in with that, too. Yeah, I feel like seeing the Cyber Siphoner, seeing the, it's in exile, here we go, Venser, makes me think that they are definitely focused on multiple infinite combos, because I did run into this person doing an infinite combo when I played against them before. So let's cast a Artificer, get an energy. I wonder why they didn't play Tulane yet. I promise I don't have much removal. There's not a lot of energy-based removal. Or Artificer-based removal. Or, cheap clone-based removal. Cyber Siphoner, okay. They get to bring back Primal Commander, Get Lost. What's happening? Flare of Denial? Oh, that's rude. Guess I could get all the basics out of my deck. That's kind of fun. Yes, I will. That one. Yes, more energy. More! I want that in my hand. I don't have a way to put it in my hand, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, no, I do. I could pay 6 energy. I could also swing in with big world wagons and everybody else. Swagging with the wagon. So this Tulane didn't find their infinite, so I guess we win. It's Techno Shaman playing Greasefang Okiba Boss. So Techno Shaman, I found out, this is a viewer of my channel, is running a version of my Greasefang with a couple cards changed. And I will say, if you are looking for a really fun deck, you should try Greasefang. This is just like anybody go out there, you can check out my video. It'll be live before this one goes live. Do Greasefang. She's really, really fun. And I think Techno Shaman is just like minimizing the stream right now. How do you do, fellow Pinkie Pie? How are you doing? Yeah, tell you what day this is being recorded on St. Patrick's Day. You can tell by all the green. Actually, I just wear Celtic Scare anyway. They just announced a secret lair drop. Oh, fun. That's one of the like lowest secondary market value card sets. So this is Monday. It just went for sale. It's part of the Chaos drops. But it's like $5 total, maybe, of card value, which is so wild because like usually there's at least some good stuff on there building up some value. So I want to make sure I have this Haywire Might out because I need to stop Greasefang from bringing back cards. Yeah, so there's a cats and dogs secret lair. Cool. Guardian of New Benalia allows them to discard at will, dropping cards from their hand and putting them into the graveyard for Greasefang to bring back, which to me means I need to leave up green mana. So I'm just going to sit here and pass. I'm not going to play the Lapidary. I'm not going to play the Transformer. Even though I want to. Even though that would set up for me doing clones. Orb! Also, it makes it look like I have a counter spell. I don't. But imagine if I did! I could also hit this. I could also hit this. But now I'm going to save it. Surveilling. Restless Vinestock. It's a land, but it's a tapped land. And they scry. Oh my god, how they scry. To the bottom, let's lose some life. We milled a land. I didn't lose any life. I love that card. I want to make sure I'm playing the Spire Bluff Canal first, so I can leave open green. Again, for the Haywire Might. Get myself some beautiful mana and some beautiful energy for Saheeli to use. And, like, ideally, I could use Saheeli to clone this and then use the clones to do stuff. They get to scry and then they get to scry again. Currently no vehicles in a graveyard, but again, they can discard on demand. Ooh, Cynical Loner. That lets them put cards into their graveyard on demand. Between the Enlist ability, allowing them to tap that, and also this vehicle, they're going to be able to put things in the graveyard. So what do you put into the grave? Is it going to be Parhelion? Is it going to be Valor? One of the ones with an enter the battlefield even could be good. But nope, it's Parhelion 2. Always Parhelion. It's the best vehicle. I will lose life. Only 6. We're fine. Help me. Help me, please. I could go for Saheeli here. I think it's going to be a lapidary turn, though. Playing this Mox Opal. Trying to debate between using up the energy or using up some life here. Life is a resource. Energy is also a resource, but honestly, it's harder to get energy than, like, anything else. They're gonna get to put things into the graveyard again. But now at least I have some slightly better blockers. Telling the Haywire Mite to get lost! Oh no! I guess I'll hit the orb. And now it's Parhelion time, and there's nothing I can do about it. Greasefang crews the Parhelion. It comes swinging in with a couple of angels. And would you look at all that damage? They're discarding. Oh, it's Weatherlight, making that indestructible. And sadly, I don't think I'm gonna get to do the thing with Saheeli. I could copy a card, but not like a useful one. The Loner's looking at what it wants to put into the graveyard. Valor. Parhelion goes back into hand where it can be discarded freely. And I'll say, good game, Techno Shaman. Glad you're having fun with Greasefang. And then I die. Helga, Skittish, Seer. I have a turn 1 Cacophony Scamp or Wash Away. I'm definitely going to start with this Scamp here, as we need to curtail this Helga, holding up removal on future turns. Helga, they're probably going to ramp right away. Trying to get her out on turn 2 is one of the best things you can do in this deck, because she's super strong. She ramps you even more. And, yeah, I'm going to just, like, pick off these pieces where I can, stop them from playing it on turn 2, and then hold up the Wash Away, I think, next turn. She also does die to Chainsaw. Yeah, Helga, you gotta remove her. No, I'm good. I could have also used the Scamp to kill this, but I want 5/5 Scamps. Ooh, Kiora's Follower. Yep, that's a way to untap Helga so she can be tapped again. I'm going to play Scalding Tarn here. And I'm going to offer them a trade. When this dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target, such as, for example, the Kiora's Follower. The Chainsaw's getting bigger. But again, still going to hold up this Wash Away. Looking to stop the frog. Some of that early ramp. So far, we've hit 3 different pieces of ramp. And I guess having this removal was all we needed. Hey, you didn't need to block there. That was your choice. Did I have fun? No, not really. They didn't play out the game, and that's a bummer. They probably would have won. They genuinely probably would have won. Their deck is stronger than mine, even without their commander. Mid-game. Thalia and the Gitrog monster. Thalia and the Gitrog monster make your non-basic lands and your creatures all come in tapped. It's also got First Strike and Death Touch, so good luck beating it in combat. And when it attacks it, you sacrifice a land or a creature, draw a card, and you can play additional lands no matter what when it's out. So we're definitely going to start with this. Lumbering World Wagon will get me more basics. I guess I'll take this. Turn 3, I could either go for the Synthesizer or the World Wagon. But I have very, very few ways to remove Thalia and the Gitrog monster. Let's get some energy. Unstable Amulet. It's an artifact and it makes energy for me. I could use its ability to put a card into exile so I can cast it. I don't feel the need right now, so I'm going to save that energy. I could either ramp or I could set up for big, cool stuff here. I'm going to set up for big, cool stuff. Simulacrum Synthesizer is an incredible artifact. It's even better if I can clone it. Do I want to keep this Lightning Bolt near the top? It sure doesn't kill Thalia and the Gitrog monster, so I'm actually just going to put it to the bottom. Wouldn't it be fun to have this out? It sure would be. Same with you. But again, I can't beat their commander in combat because First Strike, Death Touch. Thankfully, like, if I have something that's dying anyway... Also, the creature's coming in tapped. Another First Strike Death Toucher. Yikes. The creature's coming in tapped means that I can't actually use the clones to attack. I just get their on-death abilities. World Wagon, I could ramp. I'm going to go for Roaming Throat instead, naming Artificer. This will get me one of these guys. Yeah, it's like if I clone Wormcoil Engine, I do get the 3/3s after, but they're all going to be tapped as if this is out. If Glissa hits me, and she probably will, they're going to be able to draw a card, or destroy an enchantment, or remove counters from things. Only remove counters from permanents. They can't remove my energy counters. The First Strike Death Touch, what can I do about this? Nothing. I'm gonna keep making these constructs. Oh, nice. Another Artificer for duplicates. No, I'm relying on the Synthesizer here. I would like a land. Yes, please. I will go for another red or another blue for that Pyreward Gearhulk. Let's go for another red here. And I'll swing in with both of these. Okay, I would need to be blocking this Glissa with 5 creatures all able to kill it, and 4 of them would die. Assuming they don't put more counters on it. This can be a 5/4 for me. Thalia and the Gitrog monster now in play, an Elvish Mystic as well. So now my creatures do enter tapped. As I said, like, that makes the Saheeli a lot worse. But they're protecting themselves against these various constructs. All right, let's see. I've got the ability to play Saheeli. I would like a land, though, so I'm going to use this Unstable Amulet. I found a Scamp. Okay, this is pretty sweet. It is not an Artificer, rip, but, like, that's fine. I'm going to play Saheeli. She's going to be tapped. I'm going to play this. This is pinging them because I'm playing things from exile. I will go to combat. This double triggers, but I don't have energy to spend. We pass the turn. thought I said Power Word Gear Hulk. Pyrewood Gear Hulk. Apparently in memoriam to Ren and Seven. The mighty memorial to a fallen savior. Thanks, Ren. Yeah, I got the swaggin' wagon. I sure wish I could make a clone and attack with it. Casualties of war. Ah, dang it. And I'm out here hurting for mana, too. I guess I could swing in with the World Wagon and just let it die. You might be able to give me card advantage in the future. Yeah, I think I just need to, like, get land. Blue. This just dies. First strike, death touch. It's good. Me cloning the Scamp lets me kill Thalia or Glissa, but I need to set up for it. I was set up to do it on the previous turn because I had Artificers to cast and Artifacts to cast, but they casualty avoid me. So these are now all lands. That's great for Bristly Bill. It also makes it harder to destroy these if you have something that's like a destroy non-land permanent. Sorry, they're all forests. That means they could tap all these to double the counters. Yay. Are you gonna attack in? I could block with the Scamp. It would kill Elvish Mystic, but that doesn't leave me with a lethal swing, so it's not worth it. Especially because creatures come in tapped! How do you win from this position? Get lucky. How do you win from any position? We use this Ancient Cornucopia. I'm going to draw 2 cards because of doubling Artificer abilities. And I'm going to get more lands, right? Ooh, look, lands! I'm going to play Saheeli and gain 2 life. This comes in tapped because of this. And then I will sit here. Saheeli's clone ability is also essentially useless here because of the problem that is this. Like, this is sometimes played as, like, this is more of a landfall version, but sometimes Thalia and Gitrog gets played as, like, a Death and Taxes commander, more leaning into the Thalia side than the Gitrog side because it shuts off so many abilities. They still have the ability to double up those counters if they want to, if they need to. They do not at all in any way. And I'm just out here like, can I get a Pyrewood Gear Hulk lethal now that I have mana? Because I might be able to. It's all about how much life they do or do not gain, but they're getting a ton of blockers here. They're also going to be gaining some life off the things that they're sacrificing to the Sarah Paragon. That is too many of these. Stop it. At least you're tapped. This is coming in. Shy is coming in, so that's 19 damage. I am forced to block here. I guess I'll block with the Scamp. I'd love to, like, buff it and then have it die. I could triple block a Shia. I don't think it does much for me. Lose a life. Lose a life. Lose a life. Draw a card. Remove 3 counters from your elemental. Okay. Saheeli, I can't do anything with. So here comes the Gear Hulk. I'll gain 2 life. Draw 2 cards. These all still enter very, very tapped. I'll go to combat, swing with everyone. And unfortunately, still lose. I get at least some halfway decent blocks taking things out here. No, Arena. Thank you, Arena. I got them to 3! This comes in tapped, but I get an energy. So all they have to do is kill me, which, with the Bristly Bill able to double the counters on things, should be really easy. But I guess the hoof makes it even easier. They get a guy, they swing in, and I am dead. GG, Thalia and the Gitrog monster. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Saheeli, she did all right. She's a little bit difficult to get rolling, but when she goes off, it can be really fun. I actually, unfortunately, did not have an Aetherworks Marvel game in this video or a Portal to Phyrexia clone video, but those can be really ridiculous matches where you're doing a lot of stuff, you're recurring your energy production, and then you're doing it all again. The one thing that doesn't work that well, Saheeli, are legendaries, with the exception of things like the One Ring, because sometimes you want to get rid of your original One Ring in order to, you know, reset the burden counters. But Saheeli's really fun, and she's really fun with actually a lot of the digital-only cards. You probably noticed that Masterpiece Vault was really cool, and those various Artificers like the Quicksilver Lapidary was also awesome. And of course, Emporium Thopterist is just an all-star in like every blue artifact deck. Saheeli benefits a lot from this digital-only design, but also from some of the recent artifact synergy cards we've gotten, like Simulacrum Synthesizer that came out back in Thunder Junction's, I don't even remember what it was called, The Vault. Yeah, The Vault, that sounds right. If you're looking for my deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander, especially one from Aetherdrift, please let me know. I don't think I'll be building the other Teamer Energy commander that was from the Aetherdrift commander set. It is in Arena, but it's really hard to get working. It's even harder than Saheeli, so probably going to avoid it for now. If they had put some of the cards from the Precon deck in, it would have been easier, because there's actually a bunch of new energy producers like the new Nissa that we unfortunately just don't have here. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day!